Hey everyone! So I am super excited for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania that's coming to theaters soon. It's honestly, I can't think about very much else beyond the different theories about how this movie is going to go, the directions it's going to take. There's so much in these trailers in such a small amount of time to pick through to try and figure out what direction are they going to move? How's this all going to end? And one point in particular that has captured my attention is the scene where Ant-Man is running through this field or through this area with a whole bunch of other Ant-Men around him. Just a whole bunch of Ant-Mans and this giant Ant-Man that's unraveling. And that scene has just captured my imagination. And I can't help but wonder, how is he duplicating himself like that? Now, I did create a video a while back with a kind of fake theory as to how he is duplicating himself. That was not a real theory. That was just a joke one about just playing around with math in order to kind of just be silly with math to see how he can duplicate himself. If you want to see that, you can click the link. But this time I want to address a real, genuine theory for how he is going about duplicating himself in this film. So we know that this movie is going to dive a lot into time. And Marvel's been doing a lot of this recently with Avengers Endgame and with Loki. Time travel has been showing up more and more in the MCU. And it's very clear and obvious that it is going to play a role in this film as well. We know this because parts of the city are designed to look like clocks, and the dialogue that Kang and Ant-Man talk through, they're addressing the concept of lost time, and Kang is offering to get Ant-Man time back that he had lost.
I'm the man who can give you the one thing you want, time.
They're constantly bringing up the concept of time. Plus, this is the quantum realm. This is how they're time traveling. In Endgame, they traveled through the quantum realm to travel through time. So this is the method that has been used already, so we know that's playing a role. So that brings us to the question, what do we know about time travel in the MCU? Well, to demonstrate, I brought a prop. Right here. So basically, this is a branch from a fake Christmas tree. So as we know, in time in the MCU, it travels along a line, but then when a decision is made, somebody moves off, they branch off, and they create their new timelines. And we have all these branches that form as we go along, as decisions are made, as people are causing branch timelines. The thing is, each time a branch breaks off, it duplicates the people involved. So a decision is made by a person, they continue along this path, but simultaneously, there's a timeline where they do not make that decision, where they made another decision that goes another direction, or even a third decision and another branch comes off. We know the decisions made are not just duplicating the timeline, they're duplicating the people within the timeline. The thing is, in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, we know that the quantum realm has the power to unlock abilities in time. And we know it's not just traveling to other timelines or traveling to other points in time. We know there's some manipulation here. We know this because in Endgame, when they're testing out time travel, at one point, they send Scott back and instead of him going to another time, he de-ages. His personal clock rewinds. So we know it's not just a matter of going different routes and having different timelines. It's also a matter of time can be controlled to some extent here. Time can be changed. You can manipulate it in ways. The thing is, if each of these branches if Ant-Man makes a choice that causes each of these branches to come off, you have a whole bunch of Ant-Men showing up, but they're in different times. What if Scott Lang and his ragtag team that's trying to bring down Kang, what if they came up with a way to bring the branches together? So instead of them branching off, every time he makes a decision, it duplicates him, but brings that timeline back into itself. This whole thing collapses in, and we end up with one timeline. But we still have the decisions branching Scott Lang off into multiple Scott Langs. If he could manipulate time down there in order to bring those branches together into one path, then he has himself an army of Scott Langs. Each branch, a new Scott Lang, all coming together to fight Kang at the same time. Not only that, but he's looking around. He's watching what the other Ant-Man are doing. He's seeing when they fall. He sees that giant Ant-Man unraveling. The big Ant-Man became a target. And so he now knows, the other Ant-Man now know, they see that and they know that's not a path they want to go. Each Ant-Man then can make their own decisions, can create their own paths, but they do it together. And it's possible that this is part of Kang's army as well. We see Kang with this huge army of people, all with the blue faces from the mask, in those outfits, in perfect unison. It could be that Kang is doing a similar trick to duplicate himself. And Ant-Man gets wind of that and uses it against Kang. Now, there's so many possibilities here. It could be that he's pulling Ant-Man from other timelines, but honestly, I think this is the theory that holds the most water. In the trailer, when we see Scott Lang running, the Scott Lang that we are focused on in that camera view, and he's looking around at the other Ant-Man. When the helmet of the giant Ant-Man is falling towards him and he starts dodging, if you pay attention, another Scott Lang comes out of him, moving in a different direction. It shows this isn't just a whole bunch of Ant-Men that found each other. He is actually splitting himself somehow in this scene. And to me, using time, using the branching timelines, but keeping them together is the most logical path that he can take to create his Scott Lang Ant-Man army. Anyway, what do you think? Did I miss something here? Or do you have another theory that you want to share? I would love to hear it in the thoughts down in the comments section down below, because honestly, at this point, this is the only theory I have for how Ant-Man is able to actually legitimately split himself as he runs along here. Are you as excited as I am for this movie? Because I think it's going to be incredible. Now, two of my favorite movie types are Marvel movies and time travel movies, and honestly, this is bringing those together. I feel like this movie is made for me, so I am so excited to see it. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you feel so inclined. And I hope we all enjoy this movie half as much as I expect that I will. See you next time.